I told you there was a Formula 1 track that is where legends are made, champions collapse, and it's all about tire strategy, data, and driving. Well, today we're talking about Interlagos, the Brazilian Grand Prix, São Paulo. Altitude means that engines lose 8% of their power, unlike they lose 20% in Mexican, thank God, that they only lose 8%. Engines struggle to breathe, and also turbochargers work overdrive, so they can actually work. But that's not even the worst problem. The track has 15 turns, counterclockwise, destroying the driver's necks. And also, I just forgot, happy late Halloween, as Max Verstappen. Obviously, Max Verstappen. So the track, smoother than it looks. So it can wear rear tires much more than it's supposed to. This isn't just a trap, it's a trap for the overconfident drivers. Example, Piastri, Norris, Russell. You're braking downhill, I think very fast, and get too greedy, you're off lawn mowing. The most expensive lawnmower I've ever seen. Turn 12, I think it's called Giancarlo Fisichella actually said, if you miss the braking point by just 0.1 seconds, you lose half a second. And the track temperature swings from 22 Celsius to 40 Celsius. Drivers can probably handle 40 Celsius, because I'm just a kid and I went to literally Abu Dhabi and Dubai like 2 times already, and I was 8 at that time, handling like 44 or something. So yeah, I think the drivers will be okay. And strategy calls are pure gambling. Sorry, not gambling. Before we get on to the next part, let's talk about the greatest drives in Formula 1 in São Paulo. It's actually more like only 4. First off, Senna 1991. After breaking the Ayrton Senna curse, I'll just call it Ayrton Senna curse. Anyways, after breaking the Senna curse of never winning his home Grand Prix, stuck in 6th gear, manually holding the shift stick so it wouldn't shift into neutral, so he was driving with one hand, stuck in 6th gear, and literally crying on the radio. He barely lifted the trophy on the podium! Barely! That was Senna 1991. Let's talk about another champion of the world. 2008, guess who won? Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton, 2008. I don't really remember much about that by the fact I wasn't even born by that, and so 1991. But I do remember seeing echoes of 2008 chaos, or whatever the latest video from F1 is. So, F1 fans still remember that. Is that Glock? Timo Glock. Oh, is it? And Lewis getting the final lap, like Abu Dhabi 2021 with Max and Lewis. So, Lewis taking his first ever championship win in 2008 with a crazy race, just managing to get that position. I think final turn, by the way. I think it was the final turn, by the way, with Hamilton somehow securing a crazy win for his championship. And now we head to the 2010s and 2020s. First off, we're starting with the oldest 2010s one, 2016. Yes, the next one is also Max Verstappen. So 2016, Max getting on the throttle a bit too early. Pretend the camera is actually a barrier. He just missed it. Pure racing driving. That race was not just driving, it was drifted. Max pulling off an insane save that I think someone said it might have been Yas, it might have been Marco, it might have been Helmut Marco to be exact, it might have been Christian Horny. Max pulling off an insane save. Then after he was around a good position, he was around a good position, but when he pitted, he fell down to 16th. With 16 laps to go. He calculated his head pretty easily that if he wanted to get to first, he would have to overtake 16 places in 16 laps. That means 1 overtake per lap. But the next one, also Max Verstappen drive that, pulling off an insane round the outside overtake on Nico Pulling off after an insane overtake on Nico Hülkenberg is smashing the field, doing literally 13 overtakes and getting up to P3, the podium. The next driver was Nico Rosberg for the last greatest drive from the Brazilian Grand Prix. Guaranteed one of the most brilliant drives. Oh wait, there's a drive before that. Sebastian Vettel 2012. He wasn't really in contention for the championship win most of the year. But then, the turning point. And then, he had to finish a certain position to win the championship. He had to take 36 places. 36! But a lot of people crashed. So that was a lot of places minus. What Sebastian did made him guaranteed alongside Senna, Hamilton, Michael, Verstappen. He overtook 36 places for the championship win in 2012. Six drivers, one championship. Six drivers, one championship. In the 2012 season, Sebastian dominating. What he did was insane. Absolutely crushing everybody except for the people that were ahead of him, if there were people ahead of him, and winning the championship. Champions are decided in this Grand Prix, everybody. And for the last one, yes, I will be rating them after this one. I've talked about this, I think like 3 times. You guessed it, 2024 Brazilian Grand Prix. Max Verstappen getting a comeback from absolutely nowhere. By turn 1, lap 2, he was up 7 places. From 17th on the grid because of Lance Stroll crashing. What the hell, Lance? Seriously? Qualifying 12th position, then a 5-place grid penalty. Saw him finish 17th. Norris starting P1 and literally Max starting in P17 with Carlos starting in the pit lane. And Zoe, he should score points by the fact that he crashed 2022 and somehow survived in between the stinking barrier. Lance Stroll getting beached. Personally, this guy was absolutely weird in 2024. But he's doing good. And now the weird guy of the grid is Lawson. Let's come to the start. From the start, Max gained 3 places, did an overtake on Nico Hülkenberg. Exactly like the one in 2016, and by turn 1, lap 2, he was 7 places up. And battling Lewis Hamilton. No, they did not collide. That was in the Hungarian Grand Prix. Max gaining so many places in the first few laps. The safety car came out because of Carlos binning it. And also, don't forget, was that Latifi or Franco? So, then a Williams driver bottled it, and Max, there was a red flag with Max in P2. With literally almost half, and literally a bit over half race distance, Max already in P2 behind Esteban Ocon, who didn't go on strike and got wine and cheese after the race because double podium. Yes, Daniel scale again. And maybe a bit of baguette. Max overtaking Esteban Ocon. Meanwhile, Lando did a think different Lewis Hamilton Azerbaijan 2021. And Max overtaking Esteban Ocon at that exact moment. He made that moment He made that moment a literal meme. Then Max just absolutely dominating the race. Max Verstappen 17th. He went to the win in an unpredictable wet track that wears tires down and is smoother than you think. So that is actually bad by the fact that tires will have more wheel spin. And it is one of the most hardest tracks on the F1 calendar. Meanwhile, Max Verstappen, the guy, managed to go from 17th on the grid to the win. 19 seconds to spare. I swear this guy could have gone from 40th and have a 1 second gap. Esteban, seriously. The way is F1 cars rely on wind tunnels, AI, strategy, and sometimes, because well, team strategy, because I use my brain in F1 Clash, and laser focus. But in Brazil, it shows that that F1 is still human, including racing. In fact, Brazil shows that you cannot code persistence. You cannot code great combat drives. You cannot code anything in racing. You cannot code instinct. F1 drivers do not just drive, they survive